Okay, so I mentioned in one of the previous videos about the birds and that I would explain later because, yeah, there's a ton of birds out here and it is super interesting. So let me take you outside here and let's go over it. So the neighboring house here, as you can see, they have all these little hole slots put in here, and you see all these birds here. And then they built this one over here that's specifically just made for bird nests in between our Airbnb. And the owner here, Omri, was explaining that that used to be another guest house where they rented out rooms. But then they realized they can make a heck of a lot more money by doing bird nest soup. And I've never even heard of it. It is a Chinese tradition for going back 1,000 years. And what they do is they take these bird nests that are made of the bird's saliva. That's how they make their nests. And these birds are swiftlets. And it's very, very common to have these houses apparently. They're all over the place. And the reason is because this saliva bird's nest, so bird spit, goes for around $2,000 to $2,500 for every 1.5 kilos, something like that. And then sold as soup, bird's nest soup, for about $100 each. One bowl of soup. And I've heard of as low as $30 in some places, but maybe they water down their nest, I don't know. But super interesting. And when you look at these nests, they don't look like the normal nest, I guess, because we're used to the birds going off and getting twigs and sticks and different leaves and stuff like that to make a nest. But in this case, they're just using their own saliva to create these nests. And they do it 3 times a year, they make new nests. And having these houses means they can make a fortune by harvesting these nests. What they do is they allow them to have their eggs, and once the eggs have hatched, then they remove the nest, and then 2 times later that year they're going to do the same thing and repeat. And you'll notice on the rooftop of these places they have these sirens. So as you can see, they're constantly flying around and around in circles. Very interesting though. And they put out that noise that just drives them all to this place. So they didn't actually have to do anything to get the birds. They didn't go buy them somewhere. They used this siren, which is a call that drives them to their place to nest there. And so it's quite loud. Thankfully, they don't play that noise all night, but they do play it 16 hours a day, that type of thing. And it can drive you a little crazy in the beginning, but eventually you start to tone it out and you don't really notice it as much. Out here, we don't have any roosters or any sounds like that here. The only thing you might have is you'll have dogs fighting, howling, that kind of thing. It's quite common here to just let your dogs go free, even if they have a collar, and just wander. It's not like North America where your pet's like one of your children almost. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, but this soup here, unbelievable. I learned something totally new. Swiftlet soup. Well, I guess it's bird nest soup. And yeah, people are paying for it. Now, they believe that, you know, it cures cancer and makes you grow taller and things like that. There's still cancer in China, as far as I know. So I don't know. I think it's a status symbol. Honestly, it's like people call it the caviar of China. So interesting, very, very interesting, and something new I've learned since coming here and having the whole story of why all these birds are here. And you can see that they even follow my drone all over the place. They think it's, I don't know, a mama bird, or they just don't like it being in their territory. And they follow and chase it everywhere. And they fly all above the house non-stop. Here, I'll show you. So that is what is the deal with the birds here in Siem Reap.